I feel at this point it's almost like an incantation, I must say. Regardless of how much I think it actually will work. In retrospect, I should have not have knotted this up somehow. Here. He's not one of my better plans. I will be honest. There we go. Alright, audio seems completely adequate. The assorted bits of tech seem to be working. Let's play a video game. We are currently 91 exits into a 120 some odd exit hack. Let's haunt an airship. Also, hello Max, if you're still here. How are you doing? Ooh, DKC music. Not gonna lie, I was kind of tempted to just play DKC today. Because it did feel like that kind of day today. Crap. Double crap. I forgot that the pits don't kill you. You'd think I would remember this after a certain amount of time, but you'd be wrong. Is the stream later than usual? A little bit. I didn't get started until approximately midnight my time. I had a couple things to deal with. One of the more annoying ones being that there is being some plumbing maintenance done in my building, which means any amount of bathroom usage I want to have done must be done before midnight. And that took a little extra time tonight. So, had to go and adjust a few things just to be sure. Usually I hope to start a little bit earlier, but shit happens. Goes the U-turn again. How am I supposed to do that one? Never mind. I found my Koopa buddy. I can do this. Completely free. Come on. Rip up on... I had plans. They just didn't work. Oh, this is bad. I guess that all worked out, huh? Completely intentionally. Have I fixed the death freeze on SA1 hacks? No, I have not. Been traveling a lot, and it has not been high on my priority list. I really should figure that out, especially given it does happen on non-SA1 hacks, too. Just not nearly as much. Haven't even, like, set up a poll or anything for what hack to play after the standard loop. I see the moon. I have a pretty good idea of how to get up there. With a cape. Not with a cape. Mistakes were made. Can I get up here? That's you. Well, cool, I got up here, but that's not useful. I still had a cape, that would have worked perfectly. Being that I did not have a cape, it did not. Nuts. Okay. How am I gonna get up there? You know, that almost worked. Right to the point where it didn't. Okay, so I guess if I manage to get a cape and then get all the way up there, I can get on top of the thing and then fly backwards. I'm not exactly sure why that would be the case that I want to do that, but is what is. Alright, one more try with sillier constraints. That's terrifying. Oh good, it's just you hosting me. So, thank you for the host, Max. Something about layer 3 there did not work so well. I've run out of lives. Don't think that's been a problem in this given hack quite yet. What if I jump on the piranha plant and try to get on top from there? The dumbest idea. Nope, there's a block up there. Okay. I can live with that. I guess that's a way to do it. Can I get down from here? Yes. Did I want to get down from there? No. Clear the Discord message so I don't see it. Get the cape, which is all I ever wanted to begin with. Crap. It's fine. Also, in retrospect, I could have gotten another cape here, which would have made the whole thing a lot easier, but I guess I wanted to do it the hard way. Whatever. It works. Honestly, I still kind of want to blow this off and just go play some DKC, to be honest. I'm in just that kind of mood. Alright, who's in the box? Crap. Double boo laser fight. I know what to do in a double boo laser fight. Now we wait. The Y button got stuck. Okay, much better. Molto bene. That's a good donut. You know, I really should know better at this point. There we go. Okay. Gotta watch the phantoms. And not grab a block when I'm standing on top of nothing. There we go. Problem solved. Nice HUD. I take no responsibility for the HUD. We found all the things, so let's storm the castle. Have fun storming the castle! I guess that was a pretty standard circle-y, magic-y thing. Just happens to be in the middle of the air. Okay. That was my plan all along. Playing the long con. Crap. First you get the, what the? No, we are not dealing with this. This is nonsense. If I wanted to play Touhou, I'd go play Touhou. I think I probably shouldn't try to jump here. Generally, I do like to try and hit every block, but I feel like in this area, that's probably a bad idea. Mistakes were made. Oh god, mistakes were made. Well, whatever. Got the moon. Problem solved. Still counts, even if you die. I like it when hacks have things count even if you die. Like the OG jump didn't require you to... Ooh, that's some slowdown right there. Didn't require you to always beat a level with all the coins. Simply required that you collect them piecemeal, which I appreciate. This level has a lot of slowdown, and I should probably put a marker down about that. Dang it. Yep. Life profit, indeed. Net positive is what matters here. We'll call that, death. We'll call that death. Do. On the bright side, having gotten the Blue Switch Palace, I am rolling in the 1-ups. As with most wizards, simply staying a couple feet ahead of them generally solves your problems. I want to get up there. I don't want to get up there that badly. Alright, so far so many friggin' hammer things, or bro things. Multi-coin blocks are not a lot of fun if you don't have a cape. I know how this is gonna go. Alright, so we gotta get all the dragon coins now. Nope. We're just not cottoning to that kind of stuff today. Hasn't been a day where I want to mess with fiery Magikoopas. Hasn't been one of those days. Oh, I got so unlucky with that transformation. I'm still so unlucky with that transformation. Double crud. No. At least I clipped through that nonsense. How close do I have to be to this guy to keep him despawning? Okay. One fiery coin coming right up. And the very edge of one fire sword coming right up. It is how it goes. But, Blue Switch House being what it is, I am always going to be rolling in lives. There we go. Takes a little work getting up there somehow. Of course, you can't bonk him from below. That'd make the whole thing a little bit too easy. And careful. And I make bad decisions. I thought I killed you. That red one, I have to kill the red one. It is so annoying. He is not a friend. I am not finding a friend in him. No matter what that one song from Toy Story says. I do not have a friend in him. Oh. I guess that makes the whole thing a lot easier. Huh. Okay, first off... we are not putting up with red Koopas. No red Magic Koopas. Apparently we're putting up with red Magic Koopas. They really don't want to die. I am perfectly fine with this outcome. Okay, that works. Not gonna be salty about that. Okay, that totally makes sense. How am I gonna get that? Carefully is the right answer there. Very carefully. Good thing we've already retried the midpoint many times. I don't have to beat this level again. I should test to see if the aiming routine works correctly. To you, it looks like it's assuming instant multiplication results. Fair enough. I guess we could take a look. Probably should have read that before I entered the next level, but okay. Oh dear, you came this far to see me. This makes me a girl. Oh, this makes a girl feel so excited. The noble knight on search for his damsel in distress. Hee hee hee. Alright, we'll just jump in a bit. And take a quick test on that one. Should not be that difficult. I might even be net life positive on this if I do this correctly. Alright, that was annoying, but not dangerous. No. Woo! Float on. Look at that. Bam. Done. Easy. Okay. I would say it's aiming fairly well, or possibly not aiming at all, if I had to make a guess. No, I think the aiming routine for these is based upon where it spawns as opposed to where I am. Yeah. I would say the aiming routine for this does not depend upon multiply being instant. Or at least it's not intelligible that it does. As such, I do not care. Moving on to, apparently, Bowsette's Keep. Huh. But I'm deep. Very deep in the castle. Will you reach me, sweetheart? I'm the great King Bowsette, or Queen Bowsette. Await for me, my dear. Come. This has definitely gotten saltier than I was expecting. Oh, good. It's pick a door. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. Guess I'm gonna pick 3 first. I feel like I'm gonna be in this castle for a while. Nope. Alright, well that's fine. Oh. I was about to ask but why, but then it all made sense. Ouch. Pretty sure the result would be different on SNES 9X. Interesting. So you don't think he would aim directly in front of him on SNES 9X? Or you... Because, like, the aiming directly in front of him seems to be, like, the thing for that specific sprite. Could be wrong, though. Fuck, that's all you have to say today. Well, congratulations, you're 18, Faro. Hopefully it wasn't terrible. I didn't get to see what Daizo had cooked up for you, though. I ended up having to bail a little bit before that. That's not a statue. I hate this room. Hope you're doing well this evening. We'll say that V-World 2 did look like a lot of fun. I really appreciated the Cho Iniki level. That was very entertaining. Not a series you see represented well pretty much anywhere. Even though it is like, what, like 8 entries or something, it's got a crazy number of entries for being a relatively unknown series. Though that might have something to do with the fact that all of the characters involved are gay bodybuilders. Probably has more to the obscurity than anything else. Could be wrong, though. This is the room for me. It's got spikes. It's got maces. This is relaxing. Did I see the torrential downpour of gift subs from Stego? I do not believe I saw that, no. If that happened after about 5 p.m., I had to run off. I had a couple phone calls I had to take. I think I'm dead. I'm gonna guess you are not going to be wanting for emote slots anytime soon, is all I'm guessing. Happened near the beginning, then no, I definitely missed it. I only tuned in around 2 or 3? 2 or 3? I would say like 2 or 3-ish. And I was in and out. I had some stuff I had to do. Nope. I want a better power-up. One with oomph. I just like to do all these rooms, so it doesn't really matter which one I pick. I may as well just get one of them done. I don't think that's how that was supposed to work. Let's just say you have 51 sub points now. That is more than enough for, I think, everything you might want to unlock as an affiliate. I think 51 is probably just, like, right there. Like, you are over the finish line. There is nothing left for you to do as an affiliate aside from become a partner. You can have as many emote slots as you're allowed. I think. Don't quote me on it. But still, that's pretty cool. Look forward, you can always get to utilize that cash for something else later. That's probably the more important part in the grand scheme of things. Getting paid, I suppose. This area is irritatingly inconsistent. Okay. Nope. No thank you. Nope, still hate it. Did not actually mean to do a weird spring jump. Had to be in the box. Alright, we made it. Stego gifted to Barb Pokemon. An Amaranth. Oh, that's funny. Just like gift subs for everybody he could think of. I think that's pretty common in the grand scheme of things. Oh god, let's go 1-4 just to finish this, I guess. Oh god. Was not expecting a sudden and fast auto-scroller. I think at one point in time I needed another point for an emote slot, and Desi just like randomly gifted Eldad a level 2 sub. Simply because it was the thing to do. He needed a target, and he found one. Plus, I got a sub too from, was it Musical Turtle? I have to end up using the emote at some point in the near future. Or even more emotes when you come up with more emotes. I don't know if I like this part. This part is incredibly laggy. I have not made it better. Alright. Whew. There we go. Give myself a second to relax. Menacing Tunnel Rhino theme, indeed. How you doing, Joopy? Mushroom, you've been trying to figure out more emotes for ages and you've had no ideas. Me too. If you collected the 5 dragon coins, you can now take a shortcut door straight to this room if you die. Good luck. Oh, that's nice to know. That probably is what that first dragon coin in the very first part of the room was all about. Was setting up a second midway. 7. Well, at least I need to come back. I am not good at coming up with emote ideas. That's one of those things that's eluded me my entire time on Twitch. I've only ever had 2 good emote ideas and 1 kind of okay emote idea. Grandfather? What? Glad to see you doing good, Jibby. Right. And then down the pipe. There we go. Who's ready for some bongo drums? Or no bongo drums, as the case might be. I guess the Yoshi is mandatory. Or the auto-scroller. Didn't see that coming. Well played, Bandicoot. Well played. No, it's not a very long auto-scroller, at least. And the Yoshi explodes. Hint. Spin jumps are the best way to attack Bowsette. Also, your cape can deflect her hammers. Neither of those are things I was looking forward to hearing. Also, free moon. Can I crash the game? Oh, grandfather, because it's 7. Super granddad, yeah. I do not believe so. I have tried multiple times to crash the game using the scroll and auto sprite on, but I think that Bandicoot applied the patch that prevents that. Prepare, Bowser. I will defeat you. For... What the hell is this, Bowser? Oh dear, you've arrived. Oh, you are a so charming young man. Please, stay more. Call me Bowsette. I may not here for your... I'm not here for your antics. Where is the princess? Give me her back. We only want her back. We do not care about the rest of the princess. Wahaha. I'm your princess now, sweetie. Don't you see? I'm the, see the amazing transformation I've gone through? It was all for you. Oh my god! You really have gone crazy, won't you, Bowser? Well, I have no time for your antics. How can you reject me in this way? Would you even beat the crap out of a sensitive girl like me? You're the worst. That apostrophe has problems. You may look like a girl now, but I know who you really are without this crown. So long, gay Bowser. This is not where I expected this to go. Crap. I don't know what to say about this. Oh, come on, sweetheart. Don't run away from me. Come, the love is in the air. Let's live our love here and now. This is something. I'm not sure what, but it's something. Oh, God. Also, this music makes me afraid someone's going to reset my game for some reason. I can't imagine why. Oh, I missed the dialogue. Oh no! Crap, I'm dead. I spun jumped on that! Go home, apostrophe, you're drunk. Can you pick just yes, please? And end up with a good ending. I like the way you think, Fedora. How you doing? Can we change the text box of Mario's name now? I don't think so. Missed the dialogue, better reset. Well, it's pretty much okay that I died. I do enjoy these dialogues. Like, I'm not salty that I got killed there. Doesn't mean I have to sit through a whole bunch of dialogue to get to the actual boss part, though. This is a surreal ending, even though I know it's not the ending yet. Just know the part where I have to care is the part where he says, "So long, gay Bowser." This might be the worst dialogue you've seen in a hacker fan game. I mean, first off, I want to stress this point. Bandicoot is, I believe, Brazilian or otherwise Portuguese. One of the two places that speak Portuguese on the planet. And so his English dialogue is not necessarily a reflection of what he is trying to do in his native language. I'd just like to stress that point. Like, I don't want to, like, diss him for being ASL because, like, you know, English is a second language. ESL. Yeah. English is a hard language, dang it. I'm not going to diss someone for not understanding English very well, especially, you know, when they're putting this effort in. There we go. Okay, my sweet prince. I see you like to play hard to get. Well, time to use my secret plan. If you won't come for good. But okay. See, look at that. It got me killed. Oh, hammers. Enough of this. How could you treat a girl this way? I will crush you in pieces now. You ugly fat plumber. Please let me have another level. Enough of this. Mario, how could you do this to me? How could you trade me for her? Oh, I did miss the reference to the point rewards. That is in fact the case. You're not talking about the grammar. The hack itself is cool though. Fair enough. You'll come for good, I just won't come for evil. What? Peach? That's not what you're thinking. It's not like this. That's enough. You two will have it. I'll take you in with me now, ugly girl. Now you will feel how it is to be kidnapped. That is one evil-looking Peach. Pink evil clown car, come! What? Princess? Are you crazy? You can't do that. I think she just did. Wah! Peach, what are you doing with my clown car? Mario, my love, help me! So, now... I must have thrown a Yoshi on a pit to deserve this. Oh, this is fantastic. I will wait for you in my castle, Mario. That is, if you can survive. Until then, ha 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 ha! Wow, Peach is evil. Didn't see that coming. Mario, I finally found you. We have to go and retrieve my super crown. The crown is driving both of them crazy. I would say that is a pretty good approximation of what just happened, yes. Retrieving the crown from Bowser's head will turn them back to normal. That's our only hope to save them both. Okay, okie dokie. Let's go! Prepare, Toadette. I have a feeling things won't be easy at the Mushroom Kingdom this time. Orb. Plot twist of the century, indeed. You love how the level name is bugging out? There's a reason for that, actually. So the way that the extra, like, text boxes are usually implemented is to simply change the trans level number to a different level and then activate the normal message box routine so you can use the message boxes from a different level in the level you're currently in. And so that's why that happens. And then it puts it back when you're done hitting the message box. It's actually a really clever system. Is it good? You could do a lot better, but it's very clever. Also, sup, fries. Of the post-game world, where Toadette as Peachette is the boss, that would be ridiculous. That would be a ridiculous twist. Doppelshroom path. I don't know how I feel about this. Whoa, the Mushroom Kingdom sure has changed, but I can't give up. This madness has to end. Alright. Ah, crap. I guess I should have paid attention to the name that indicated there would be evil mushrooms. Those are red freaking red piranha plants. Ending with the grass world's extremely based. Oh. Indeed. Took long enough for a hack to do this. It is a good idea. I won't deny. Twitch finally updated your analytics. Those must be some fierce analytics, Faro. I am curious about those. There we go. I'm learning. I'm learning I can't get in that pipe. We'll call that good on that pipe. Go away, evil mushrooms. Nope. At least yellow-stemmed ones aren't interested in killing me when they can't see me. Okay. That's evil. You know, wanted to lure him off the friggin' cliff. Burrow has officially made $50 million from Twitch. Indeed. 250 bucks from subs and bits combined, 100 donations, and 80 from Yonata before the stream. Oh, that's awesome! That's a hell of a birthday. Congratulations. You could do a lot with, what, like 300 bucks. You could buy $300 tacos. Or $300 tacos. Like, the sky's the limit, really. There we go. 50 million non-US dollars. If they're like, what was it, Oh, hello. I'm in the ceiling. Ah, crap. Can I get out of this? I think this is just far enough that I can't actually not unsoftlock myself. Yeah, just far enough. Well, that's a shame. This is actually a softlock that's actually pretty easy to get into. Ultra jump. Alright, fair enough. Let's try that. Okay, if we Ultra Jump on this side. Yeah, I don't think Ultra Jump will get me all the way up there. Yeah, it doesn't get me high enough, even if I Ultra Jump off the opposing wall. It's okay. I have a way out. I just can't, you know, interact with the level after that. Nice if you can survive in 1 month. He lives in the US, right? That's true, you can in fact unban Pharaoh. Desi can unban Pharaoh too, if he hasn't done so already. And I guess other such streams that have that particular criteria. Nope. I do not think I like these mushrooms. For the first time I saw one of these, I was playing like Green Jerry's Halloween level design contest level. It definitely freaked me out. There we go. Oh right, that's just a coin. Well, problem solved. There's a little bit of a hitch to it. There we go. Ah, crap. Oh, crap. Unban them, and then ban them for another reason. I like the concept. You were gifted a 6-month sub to Desi when you woke up, so yeah, you're unbanned. Need to go say hi. That's awesome. AJ, oh. Just message Desi. Good call. I haven't talked to him in a while. He's been so busy with Zelda. Which is a good thing. It's keeping him good and busy, keeping his Twitch numbers up, especially since he became partner. I'm still fucking amazed that he got gay as his prefix, and that there hasn't been some sort of evil Twitch conspiracy to just deprive him of it. I do not think highly of Twitch admins for some reason. Nope, that did not help. And I need to remember that I can always jump out of a pit. It's not Friday yet, technically. That is true. In my general philosophy, I pretty much ascribe the current day to be whatever day it is when I woke up, until I go to bed again. And so, like, when I flew back from Japan many years ago, I simply had a Thursday that didn't end for, like, 48 hours. So it's still Thursday until I actually go to bed. But it will be Friday shortly. And there will be chat hacks. And I need to fix up some code so that things don't break when we try to do chat hacks, because I haven't done that today yet. It was on my list, and I simply didn't do it. Got kind of busy. Yesterday got filled with more stuff than I was expecting. Ended up having a good time with Snyder. We ate some tacos, played Abduction for a bit, which was like the Mist Guy's most recent game. Crap! Even if I got all the way up there, I think I'd still be dead. Friday now in UTC +2. Well, it's true. It's Friday in your perception. What I'm saying is it's not Friday in my perception yet. All there is to it. Just like it's 5 o'clock somewhere, it depends upon the perception, really. One of the few country songs I will actually tolerate. That and She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy, which I still think is kind of funny, even after all these years. There we go. I know what I'm doing. Take off Mini-Zig. Oh, that's how you don't fucking die. That's how you... No! None of that was according to plan. Okay. Yeah, that happened. Speaking of Twitch employees, did you see Barb ranting about one employee in his chat? No, I generally don't get to watch Barb because he streams pretty early in the morning, morning being highly relative, as we've pointed out here many times in the last few minutes. I'm curious about what that little bit of drama is about. Because Barb is usually a pretty chill guy as far as I can tell. He's not one of the ragers in general, but I don't watch enough of him to actually say that authoritatively. But there certainly are problems that Twitch is not addressing very well, you know, like the raid stuff. And personally, I think their ads are complete and utter garbage. I've ranted about that on a number of occasions. Like, this is a thing they could fix if they just had good self-service ads. That's all they need to do. Reasonable self-service ads, and their ad platform would be so much better for people watching. That, of course, is not actually what they want, so it doesn't really matter, but, you know, a man can dream. Okay, there's a vine there. I somehow missed that. Three dragon coins. And a lot of mushrooms that want to murder me. Okay, I'm a little short on dragon coins, so this is kind of bad. So I must have missed one somewhere. I bet there's one on top of the, That didn't help. Billie Eilish Adobe ad. Oh, the Adobe ads are such crap. All of them. Not even just the Billie Eilish ones. They're just awful. All of them. You've actually seen ads today for the first time in quite a while while running ad block? Oh, dude, I wish I could say the same, but I have seen so many fucking ads. I'm not sure what my plan there was, but it wasn't a good one. Nope. Widgets always show up even with uBlock, yep. Dying from Lazarus ranting about not having a follower emotes employee answer at the end. I know, we're working on it, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, I feel like Barb is certainly up in the, like... There is a very long tail for people on Twitch, right? Pretty much anybody who has partners should already have that kind of shit, is all I'm saying. And so, yeah, it is kind of embarrassing that Barb does not have follower emotes at this point. I definitely agree with him in that particular domain. Oh, we'll try to figure out where the other dragon coin is after we come back through. Or we won't. Are follower emotes a new feature? I mean, new-ish. I want to say they're like circa around when they added the animated emotes. Like, probably like a month or two old. Like, they're not like new, but like they're new-ish. In the sense that they weren't there before. You know, if I hadn't gone for it, I would have still had a mushroom. I foresee needing to be small. You can't cape whip these things. "100% want to be out there. There's no way that's not like the moon or a secret path." And indeed it was, the moon. Sometimes I spend time thinking and then don't actually successfully do the thing. There's a second exit. I don't know where it is. 3 to 6? Oh. Yeah, some emotes are old. Very old at this point. Like... how old are sub-emotes? I think I had a sub-emote around 2010. Like, I don't know if Monotone Tim was one of the first people to get them, but he certainly was within the first set. And so Tim BBQQT is a pretty damn old emote, all things considered. I think at one point they used, like, ordinal numbers, so you could sort of estimate how old an emote was, but they think they changed that with the advent... This is where I need to go up. The advent of other types of emote. So, like, once they added bit emotes, they switched to GUIDs instead of ordinal numbers. which still kind of weirds me out, but whatever, it's not really my problem. The world seems to want to switch to GUIDs, and I'm not immensely enthralled with them. Like, I get the point, but they're kind of ugly. I rather would have just a dig number. But that's just me. Guess we'll check over here to see that this is the... Nope, this is the way to die. Or get stuck on the floor. Guess I can get back through here, thankfully. That one is not a soft lock. We can at least get the dragon coins now. We may not be able to find the secret exit, but we can definitely find the dragon coins. And this is still a little bit evil. The drift at the very end there. There we go. Was Twitch even mainstream in 2010? I don't believe so. A lot of people use Justin TV. I think that Twitch actually overtook Justin TV pretty soon. I might be getting the exact year wrong. It might be 2012 or something. But it was around then. I'm glad I walked that one back. Okay. Crap. There we go. Problem solved. Did I want that? I don't know. Just rebranded. Yeah, that is in fact correct. They found that people preferred watching people play video games at some point, and so they decided to rebrand to Twitch TV. Ironically, now their most popular category is people who aren't playing video games, so I don't really know what to think about that. Something, 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 just chatting. Or something, 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 hot tub streams. I mean, I'm still not really sure about this whole thing. But it is what it is. I see. This is kind of awful. Let's go! Just chatting is your favorite game? I mean, VR chat at least exists. Like, we can make an argument that it is kind of a game, but it's not really a game. Let's go to Toad's bonus house. It sure is the same Toad's bonus house that we've had the entire time. That was extremely mean. Like, if I hadn't noticed the mushroom walk to the left, I never would have found it. It's really clever. Hot tub have never been more popular. I don't know, I mean, it's no Hot Tub Time Machine. That had Chevy Chase in it. Yeah, I don't know what's going with that. Wait. I wanted to go up again to see if there was anything up there, because we're looking for like an awful lot of secrets in this level. Give him time. Ooh, Yoshi. I'm looking forward to the Yoshi. Toad House should have been evil. I don't think that's in Bandicoot's prerogative. Would be fun. I successfully moved the Koopa slightly to the left. That was my goal all along, was Koopa movement. Will he respawn by any chance? I don't think he's gonna... Oh, he did respawn. Lovely. There we go. Koopa in my mouth. That is way better. God, these things are so weird. Okay, this level's got some lag. Oh, I still need to go back to the castle and beat the other rooms. I forgot about that. Yeah, we'll do that after this. Nothing up there. This fuzzy looks like it's actually aims, unlike the map. Yes, it does actually aim. Again, I don't know if Bandicoot has any ASM chops. I know he has an awful lot of pulling reasonable resources together to make cohesive levels chops, but I don't know about the ASM chops. And hey, look at that. Yep, we found it. We found something secretive. Is this the moon? Is it the key? We'll find out shortly once we go through this pipe. Someone pointed the Blues Clues themes. We just got a letter to SMW. Oh, that's awesome. I'm a moron. That is actually pretty excellent. You keep Yoshi on the overworld. You think having Yoshi placed normally in a level may cause invisible Yoshi shenanigans? I don't think I've actually managed to keep a Yoshi in the overworld at all. I think these actually applied the, like, no Yoshi overworld patch, which I know is a thing. So it's pretty much just Yoshi in a given level for whatever Yoshi needs you have. Ah. There we go. These things are so weird. Hello. Okay, first off, let's try to roast him. I bet that's the moon. Was it worth it? I'm not entirely sure. But we got the moon, so. The We Just Got a Letter theme would actually be a pretty decent, like, level end theme. Okay, try that again with a little less failure hope. I cannot anticipate those things. I can't think about how they move right. I watched a lot of Blue's Clues back in the day. My sister was very much into that show, being a toddler at one point in time. She is definitely not a toddler anymore. That tends to be a temporary condition, all things considered. Alright. I think with the Yoshi, I'll have an easier time of it. That's my theory, at least. I will not have a Yoshi and have a similarly difficult time of it. That's my theory, at least. None of that was planned, but it all kind of worked out. Temporary unless you die. Oh my. Yeah, that definitely did turn dark a little fast. I can assure you she is not dead. She has a cat. The cat's name is Carl. Carl is a girl because, of course, we're terrible at identifying the sex of cats. Fucking... I am so bad at these things. Carl also really likes my shoes. She shoved, like, I want to say it was like one of my shoes halfway across the room last time I saw her. Very much into my sandals somehow, that cat. Just could not get enough of my foot. Wasn't quite sure how I felt about that, but you know, it's a cat. Cats are gonna do weird things. It's the thing cats do. So I didn't worry too much about it. Still got my shoe back. In the grand scheme of things, everything turned out fine. Everything, as they say, came up Millhouse. Stop sandbagging. I'm not sandbagging. I'm just bad at those things. Periodic motion eludes me. I cannot explain why. Carl, just as chat hacks. Yes. Spelled the same way. Oh, no! Oh, I hate these things. I hate them so much. Oh. Line-guided axis upon which a platform is following and spinning around. Yep. You think I would learn by now, but no. Indeed, that happened. I might go to the Toad House at this rate. I think that I might need to. This is a joke, right? Which thing? The cat? I assure you the cat is real. I have a video of the cat actually pushing my shoes across the living room. We were trying to play some sort of board game while this was occurring, and it was a bit of a distraction having the cat do that. Because, you know, cats are very distracting when they do strange things. I would post the video, but it's one of those things where I don't want to have any personally identifying information out there of that variety. For people who especially are not me. Being that it happened at her house, it would be up to her if I would post that. There we go. No, these things are just really hard to follow. I'm bad. I'm legitimately bad at these line guided things. They move in a very unexpected way, at least in my mind. Like, I want to treat them as if they're moving in a linear way, but they're moving... It's epicycles, is what's going on. Oh, what's up, Louie? How you doing? Oh, I missed your chat earlier. One of the things I meant to fix, but your name is the same color as someone else's in the same length, so it doesn't seem to matter what I do there. So I'm also not quite certain what joke you might be missing. There might not be a joke at all. It could just be that I'm legitimately bad at these specific things. Like, these line-guided rotational platforms are just not my jam. Like, that's the one thing I can say for certain, is that they are not my jam. Right, came through with a cape and a Yoshi. I've got better odds now. Those platforms throw you off too. They move in a way that is unlike anything else in this game. Like, nothing else moves this way. At all. Thankfully, capes solve so many problems and we can just avoid the problem entirely. Like, that is a section that is theoretically possible, and given enough time, I could definitely beat it without a cape or a Yoshi or whatever, but I don't want to. No line-guided sprite fix? Probably not. Where does this go? Oh, the beginning of the game. Convenient. Anyway, that reminds me, there was a thing I said I needed to do, which was beat more of the castle, which I did not do. I skipped over several of the rooms. Definitely went through one of the fuzzies. Yeah, I saw that. I was kind of okay with that. Does not help at all. Just fun. So yeah, I didn't actually go through the other rooms. If we're going to have a N-room castle, it's a thing I have to do. Prove that all N-rooms are actually possible to beat. Admittedly, in some cases, some of the N-rooms are easier than others. OLDC, there was a, like, 6-room castle. Not a 6-room castle in terms like Kaizo, but, like, there was a castle with 6 rooms, which had the very irritating property of sending you back to the beginning sometimes. That was a unfortunate castle. I don't like that one. Yeah, that OLDC level. I think if the castle rooms had been like Bowser's Castle is a fine concept, and there were at least a couple other people who submitted levels that had a similar sort of flair. That level just suffered from having massive, like, inequities in difficulty. Some of those levels were much, much easier than some of the other ones. And much longer, and felt like mostly copy and paste, and yeah, it was just kind of a mess. It wasn't a very good level. It did not place highly, if I recall correctly. Alright, I'm gonna wait this time, because I definitely need to have this on the upswing. Seemed like an oversight? Yeah, definitely seemed like an oversight, but that's the kind of thing you should find in testing. And the kind of reason, and one of the reasons you should have people test your level is to test out things like that. And even then, like, oops, I didn't play a section of my level seems like a pretty bad oversight. Didn't completely play a section of my level. We're not in the save state era anymore. Oops. Can I stand here and not die? Yes. Well, whatever. Room 2 is beaten. I figured if I stayed quiet, maybe Magic Koopa would go away, but that is not how it worked. Alright, I went through 4 last time, so we're gonna go through 5 this time. Assume 5 and 6. Okay, cool. I remember this ASM. Alright, here we go. Do not jump off of this, or you will not get back on it. Let's check the reset door. Let's see if it resets. Oh, lovely, it does. Seems to be Tunnel Rhino's theme in Final Fantasy style. Tunnel Rhino. Intro sounded like it was from something else too before it turned into SMW Castle. Like, I like those sort of remixes that take the existing themes and work them a lot harder than some other standard applications of the music. Dang it. Alright, well this room is definitely beatable. And of course you can rope glitch all you want, but we don't need to. Kirby-style Volt Catfish port? No, but I want to. Drop me a link, I'm curious as hell about that. I like Volt Catfish's theme in general. Like, Mega Man X has really... The Mega Man X games have really good music. All the Mega Man games in general also have good music, but the Mega Man X games have a special spot in my heart for that sort of thing. Especially the SNES ones. I think I like this room the least of the ones I've played so far. Okay. In retrospect... Nope. Nope. Yeah. I could have done anything different there. I'm... hoping that this... Yeah, that's the end. Okay, cool. Kind of weird to give you a power-up right at the end when you're going to go into a room that gives you another power-up. Also good that that thing doesn't do that. Whatever. No! Perhaps... God, too many friggin... Too much magic. Alright, let me pop that open so I can listen to that after the fact. Oh, I still have to look at the Cerno fight that Fedora sent me. Sent me to look at. It was on my list of things to do today, and then I got busy walking around, doing other things. Spent some time reading, which was nice. It's the problem with days like this. It was actually a really nice day in terms of weather. We're supposed to have like really shitty weather in the near future, like lots and lots of rain, wind, that kind of thing. I'm not sure how much I believe it, but we'll see what happens. So I want to enjoy the nice days while I still can. That's what I meant to do last time. That's not what I meant to do last time, but that worked out well. Alright, what is going to be behind room number 6? Go. Much less magic this time around. Water level. Alright, water and scrolling. Biggest part was also from Tunnel Rhino, that's why. Ah, okay. That does explain it. This level has a lot of waiting. Don't live in Seattle or something on the West Coast? Yes, I in fact live in the Seattle area. One of many people in the Seattle area. There's approximately, what, 2 million and change people who live in King County? But I'm just one of them. So, but yeah, we don't get great weather come winter. Like, it's quite literally awesome summer, and then suddenly, oh yeah, it's gonna be gray and drizzly for the next 9 months. Some people like that, and that's why they moved to Seattle. I did not move to Seattle for that. But still like it better than California in some ways. Ah. I have no qualms against cheesing this area now. Or ever. Alright, that was all the rooms. I feel completely adequate about this. Unless you live in California, the western U.S. is not known for having particularly good weather. It's true. Especially like Oregon. Oregon is known for having bad weather. Seattle is known for it being raining all the time. The eastern part of Washington is known for, I don't know, it being friggin' hot and snowy. Not always at the same time. Nobody really knows, given past position on privacy, it might be a way to throw off our scent. This is true. I might actually live in a completely different time zone and have created a very elaborate ruse to try and keep my privacy intact. It is the kind of thing I would have considered doing. I mean, I don't, like, hate water rooms, but it feels shamelessly derivative of Bowser's Castle, right? There's that one water room that has exactly the same setups. It's all about waiting for maces to move. It's all about the bonefish. That's really it. Like, I don't feel like it was terribly creative. It's not, like, bad, but, like, just not my favorite thing. There we go. Alright, so I got the moon and the secret eggs in this level, so I still need all the dragon coins and to beat it conventionally. That's it. God, if this level's gonna have more of this stuff, I'm not looking forward to it. I had a little bit too much salt last time, to be honest, because of the preponderance of rooms where I had to do the on-off block thing, which was getting a little bit old. It happens a lot in this hack. I can tell you right now, there is a dragon coin up there. Yep. Bandicoot has a style. It's a fun style, but he has a style. Yep. What's up? Oh, hey, TJB, how you doing? Oh, not too much. Just a complete and utter inability to apparently approximate where these platforms will end up. I swear to God. Now, well, there goes my easy way of doing that. And there's something up there. How would I get up there? I guess this is an option. No, that is not an option. That is not an option. I have to rewatch the Sonic 3 and Knuckles VOD to check if there's real sunlight on the camera and then determine the time zone based on that. That is something you could theoretically do, I suppose. Just woke up pretty tired, fair enough. Sup? Dill? Always bad with names. Well, at least I got the midway. I can't complain too much. Okay, I can complain a little bit. The wall jump ASM is not my favorite of all ASMs, but you know, 27 lives up. Life could be a lot worse. Oh god, life is terrible. I might just need to get a cape for these. I don't know. Just look at the music section a bit. Some madman ported Knights of Sidonia? Oh shit. Now that song and its music video are like an incredible jam. Like if that was a movie, I would totally watch that movie. Like over and over. It looks incredible. Some sort of like cowboys versus aliens and other things happen. Reminds me a bit of the music video for Blue Oyster called Shooting Shark, in that it makes no fucking sense at all. Darn it, that didn't work. But it's still really fucking cool. How am I supposed to get up there? What about 4chan doing Captured Flag with Shia LaBeouf? That was also fantastic. Wasn't about the same person who did the Mario. The music video is strange to you, having first experienced the song Guitar Hero 3. It was one of our like late night, you know, pump ourselves up to try and do like 6 more hours of programming because the due date is tomorrow morning and gotta get the stuff finished sometime songs. Dang it. I feel like there's a trick to get up there and I don't know what it is and it's gonna be irking me until I figure it out. And I despawned the platform I needed. Lovely. Didn't despawn the fuzzy, though. I think if I start... Oh, never mind. That's the answer. If I just do that. Yep. Bandicoot does give easy solutions sometimes. A little bit of slowdown. Using airplane flight schedules. Yeah, they did a lot of work just to troll Shia LaBeouf. Of course, I am entirely okay with this. Shia LaBeouf is weird. Wait, 2? I didn't grab the other one at the beginning of the level, did I? Well, I'm gonna feel like a fool when I get all of them now, aren't I? Well... Given how this has been going, I'll probably die before then, so it's not a problem. See? It's already turning up pretty well here. Like, I could spin jump on a fuzzy all day long, but don't ask me to do those stupid platforms. Definitely cheese. I think, clearly he wanted to de-cheese the other thing, and it just didn't work out. Lovely. I could have just... if I just remember to get the other dragon coin. Do I want to try to go back and get the other... No. That was one of the most elongated deaths I've ever seen there. Bandicoot is not a shell jump person? No. No, he is not. It just seemed like a way that I could have done it, and I kind of wanted to try it, just because, you know, every once in a while it's fun to do a shell jump. I don't expect anything in this hack to require a shell jump. It simply was a fun way to try to cheese it out. Like, what I was expecting to find was like an invisible block somewhere around the other platform, as opposed to just, oh yeah, it's another one of these vines. And that's fine. Vines are no biggie. This, on the other hand, is definitely cheese, but I'm just going to embrace it. Because that area in there is not terribly interesting, and I don't want to spend much time there. Okay. Standard, non-weird rotating platform. I can work with you. Does not matter. Level is... over. It worked. That's what matters. It fucking worked. Bramble Pathway. Thank you for the GG. Whoa. Since when there's all those brambles this close to Peach's castle? This must have something to do with the crown. Jesus reference, I guess? Probably not. Oh, come on! Guess I gotta get another shell. In case anyone is curious as to what just happened there, usually when you kick shells into dragon coins, they collect. Sometimes it does not work out. But of course, the soul of the Koopa lives in the shell. It does not matter how often you kill the Koopa. It simply matters if you kill the shell. Hello? Alright, time for a message box. If you are having trouble with small jumps, try to use the spin jump. Long jumps will be very useful here too. Oh my. It's gonna be that kind of level. Yes, we know all about that, thank you. Probably shouldn't have done that. That actually might have been a handy Koopa. Very careful. As one does when this track ever plays. One must be insanely careful. Just the nature of these levels that have this music. Okay, cool. I will take an extra cape. Hitboxes, indeed. No, the long jumps are one of the worst. Like, I swear, I've actually managed to get myself more hurt in this game by using long jumps on accident than I have using them on purpose. Like, it never works out. It always seems to be that the long jumps are not the play. Yeah, no long jumps. I can work with the cape. I think I understand what I did wrong. How am I gonna fix this? None of that was what I meant to do. So first I fell off. Well, first I got hit, then I fell off, and then I walked underneath the stage. None of those were good ideas. But either way, now that we're at this part, we should be able to do this fairly quickly because we know all the gimmicks and we've already gotten hit by that particular thing. Alright, maybe not. We don't know all the things. Man, I hate moles. Does anyone actually like Monty Mole? Like the small ones? Like the Mega Moles I can see the appeal of. The small ones? No. No one likes these things. Aside from like Kaizo setups, you know, it's fair to like them for that particular usage. This is not good. Bonk, 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 bonk. Well, at least the DKC music is very chilling. Really chills one out. Alright, well, we're doing it small. Well, we're doing it large-ish, I guess, but you know. There's utility in proving I can do this with the more standard, conventional setup. Beep. There we go. And all the dragon coins, which is all I ever wanted. Ooh. And a midway, and immediately one of these. I'm gonna assume that's either the Moon Detour or a... Nope, it's not. It's neither. It's just an extra one up. There's the moon, and there's an idiot. Gotta find a way to get up there. Guess maybe the way up there was probably flying, and I missed my opportunity. Ugh. Nuts. I hurt myself more using long jumps accidentally than on purpose. Yes, I see what you did there. I mean, the intent of that statement is, I have hurt myself using the long jumps accidentally far more often than I have ever used them for the purposes of transit on purpose. But, you know. It's not an option I like taking. In retrospect, maybe spin flying was not the right call. Maybe perhaps it was a regular flying occasion. Alright. Let me walk back there and respawn the platform, hopefully, and hopefully can figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do to get up to the upper path. The answer is not whatever I just did. Okay. Timing is everything, in both comedy and Mario. This is a level. This is definitely a level. Alright. New theory. Nope. Terrible theory. What if this pipe works? Because it doesn't seem to have anything to do other than be ornamentation. No. The greatest sin of this level is restarting the music, indeed. What's up, Weregoose? How you doing? This is not a level, it is a learning experience. This is true of most games. It's simply whether or not you recognize it as such. Dang it, if I was just better at spin flying. I could totally cheese that, but that cannot be what Bandicoot intends. Like, he's a pretty fair level creator. Or stop playing it, rather. I think you saw 2 hours of sleep in the last 36 hours. Oof. Well, my condolences, that sucks. Hopefully it was for a good cause, as sometimes a lack of sleep is. Like, I want to play a lot of video games, or I need to solve this puzzle. Or I have to deliver a lot of babies. I really have run out of reasonable excuses here. Yoshi! Alright, so I have a Yoshi now. What do I do with this? Wait, first off, we eat him. Second off, we get the blue shell. Third off, we see where we can go with that. Like, this could have been Bandicoot's solution. Crap. You know what? That worked out really well. Wasn't remotely on purpose, but it worked out really well. I have no idea how I was intended to get up here beyond Yoshi. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get down beyond Yoshi. Mistakes were made. Sorry, Yoshi. Can I enter the one-tile pipe? No, I cannot. Didn't see a lot of sleep because you don't watch other people sleep. You're rather experienced sleeping. I mean, you could dream of other people sleeping. That's a possibility. I was pretty sleep deprived a couple weeks ago and actually had a dream where I was trying to, like, I was gonna, like, meet people who were really cool and like, oh, that person's never in Seattle, it'd be so cool to meet them. And then I'd keep sleeping in my dream such that I would not actually get to meet them. And it was a complete drag. I was like, man, this sucks. I fell asleep, so now I don't get to meet the cool person. In my own dream, I was falling asleep. Like that, I feel like that's a pretty decent level of tired. Damn it. That was a good Trump jump. Curse you, me. As is common. There we go. You know, you think after a few times I would have learned not to do that. This is not exactly a spin jumping opportunity. Spin jumpertunity, if you will. Much better. No, I definitely want the Yoshi. In fact, I guess the remaining part of the level is kind of intractable without him. Well, we're killing everything with this dang shell. We're not killing everything with this dang shell. Oh, it is pretty fair. Like, I'm not, like, salty or anything about this. The levels is reasonably fair. I am just doing dumb things. And forgetting not to spin jump when I shouldn't be. Like, for levels that use this as a theme, this is pretty dang fair. Really a matter of forgetting to let go at the right time. Go. Somehow I knew that wasn't going to work out. It also gives me enough 1-ups. Up to 37. That's a lot of 1-ups for this part of the game. Or any part of the game, I suppose. Okay, I'm a little salty about that. But otherwise. Was going for 3 hours per night for like a week, a few weeks ago. Finally caught up to you and you finally fell asleep at your keyboard. Back was hurting a lot afterwards. Oof. That would suck. It's one thing to go without sleep for a few days. It's another for like a week. It does happen, don't get me wrong, you know. We're talking about Nights of Sidonia. That was definitely a song that we would play in lieu of sleep. But even so, I cannot avoid these. One should sleep. It's one of the things you have to do as a living human being. To be fair, you can sleep when you're dead, but that does have some other problems. I don't like what's going on here. I have made this so much worse. I guess we'll see how far we can go without the blue shell. I have made this exceedingly difficult for no good reason. And then died. There's a newer version of the Hammer Bro that came out recently. Feels way more balanced than these guys. Oh, I bet. Has a much cleaner hitbox. Oh, what's up, Jid? How you doing? Thank you for the good luck. This hack goes back like a year or so ago, so it's not terribly surprising that it doesn't necessarily use the most up-to-date versions of sprites at times. As I keep saying, I remember Desi playing this like a year ago, and in fact, he did play this like a year ago. Don't remember if he finished it, or 100%ed it, because I remember he was having some trouble in a level in about the 3rd or 4th world. I think that's where I tuned in on his stream for that particular thing. But it has been a while. Come on, not again. Well, I guess if I'm in the hole, I can't get hurt. That way. Okay. There we go. We can finally see more of the level. Drop it like it's hot. Okay, apparently I kind of hit the border there. I'm gonna just walk. That wasn't one of my better plans. Thankfully, we can just come back here and get another one. You know what? Screw it. Let's go to the finish line. No need to be careful. Melatonin pill equals millennial pot. That is a good anagram. I will not deny that. Alright, we have managed to, so far, 100% this. I'm happy with that. Thank you for the G's. Yoshi powers! Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. I think it might be flying time. I will now stand here until I have a complete Yoshi. Because that is what this pipe is totally for. I have a theory. Nope, does not apply. And because it's moderation, I need to see if the reset door actually resets, instead of taking me to some other weird dimension. How many moons am I missing? I don't actually know. That information's a lot harder to come by than you might expect. I think of the ones I know of, I think I'm missing about 3 or 4. I did collect an accidental extra moon. Bandicoot finally found my VODs, and so I now know that he did not intend to include that moon in the flood level. So, got that going for me. And there's a couple where I just didn't find the right, like, secret. So, not too many from completion of the stake, but also I don't think I need all the moons to get the true ending. You need all the dragon coins to get the true ending. You don't need all the moons. But all the moons are there for, you know, the completionist streak, which means I am going to get all of them. And my Yoshi exploded. It's time for the red Yoshi! Not sure that's what I wanted, but I guess it's what we're getting. It's one of those things I kind of like more about Mario Maker is I can eat the other projectiles. Like the hammers you can eat and spit back up, and those are fun. Yo! You give me a Yoshi, I'm going genocide route for this. Also, I don't think there's much more than beating the level? Huh, what an odd little section. Guess I think there is a, I need to get all the dragon coins, but I haven't seen a single dragon coin yet, so that's not a good prize. Oh good! There's a whole bunch of this shit stacked up in one place. Hit and run tactics, hit and run. See, it worked. It shouldn't have worked, but it did. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Okay, nothing there. Nothing there. We'll just wait. We're in no big hurry. Didn't you get all the Yoshi coins to first experience the bad ending? I mean, yes, I do want to get the bad ending first. I presume that the bad ending is sort of, like, you get to choose it, but I guess that's a good argument for making sure I've definitely missed one set of them before I hit up the final section. So I guess maybe this level I will not get all the dragon coins in, just to make sure I have one level that doesn't have all the dragon coins, because I don't know exactly how many there remain. There we go. Yoshis can still eat boxes. Don't know why. What even hit me? Groovy. You know, that's what I really wanted to do, was reposition it. That was totally the plan. There we go. I am very happy with that outcome. Reminds me of the time you put 3 chain chomps at the end of the Kaizo level, as a reference to the red, blue, yellow chain chomps at the end of Super Paper Mario World. That's one I've never actually played. It looks kind of cool in that it's like a mishmash of platforming and RPG, which is not a common thing to see. Like, only other one I can think of off the top of my head is Ori and the Blind Forest, which is like a Metroidvania slash RPG slash platformer. So an interesting concept. One of those, if I ever get it working. I foresee myself going through the reset door, because it's a reset door and I need to see if it works. And I really want to see the Yoshi eat the block again. From downtown! Out of nowhere! Dang yellow piranha plants. Well, I foresee myself using the reset door again. Because I'm gonna guess at the very end I need to, like, knock something upward using Yoshi powers, given the name of the level and the concept of the level. Mistakes were made. No, wait, that was Galaxy Brain. I need to check the midway. So everything turned out better than expected. Much better than expected. I still want to know why the Yoshi eats the block sometimes. Like, that is still mystifying to me. But I can live with not knowing that particular factoid, I suppose. Yeah, whatever. Bonk. What's most important is making sure they die. Bonk. Well, I guess that works. I guess that works. Alright, so this is where the dragon coins come in, so they're after the midway. We are totally blowing off the dragon coins. Interesting generator. Yeah, they're kind of weird. I've seen them in a few other hacks. I want to say one of the 24-hour level contest levels used it. Which was actually kind of vexing because the way it used it, I need to get the right color shell to hurt something. Dang it. And so effectively it just turned into waiting around until the generator decided to produce a blue shell or something. Because it was pretty much RNG, I couldn't control what it was doing. Cool level in concept, rather irritating in execution. But that's all in the past now. And I, for one, am not judging any levels anytime soon. OLDC pretty much quelled my enthusiasm for doing any sort of judging of contests, at least for a few months. As much fun as those streams were, they were also a lot of work afterwards to clean up and get all of the commentary set up so that it was actually reasonable for people who weren't me to understand what the hell I was on about. Even then, still a lot of things to do. Get off the ocean. I'm gonna guess there's a dragon coin up there. We're just not even gonna explore it. We're saving this level for when we need dragon coins at the end of the game so we can get the bad ending first and foremost. This is the most important Yoshi power, jumping off the Yoshi. Bye! It's just kind of sad after having a level all about highlighting the powers of Yoshi. Oh yeah, you gotta kill him a couple times, because that's just the way we do things here. A, B, C, easy as 1, 2, 3, simple as do, re, mi. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, that's as easy as level can be. How you doing, Desert? The final showdown. How are we doing on level count? There's still 12 levels beyond this. I guess I can't walk back. Interesting. I guess I should hit the box. Super hint! You can jump on Peach to attack her when the clown car get low on the ground. Okay. That's a freebie. This is also a freebie. I'm gonna guess the dragon coins in this level are something of a freebie if I'm willing to spend the time going and collecting them. Also, something about the background is kind of making me nauseous and I can't really explain it. If you die and want to skip climbing the stairs, touch the yellow star block that will appear here. Alright, fair enough. I wish I'd flown better. Nope. Did not want to jump off that wall. No music, though. You don't really kill Yoshi, just falls into a safety net where he gets off and grabs some snacks at the bar. That's pretty odd. I like that. Attack Peach. Yes, that is a thing we are doing for reasons that make a lot of sense in context. Is Mario gonna have to stab a bitch? I do not know. You made the worst mistake one can make when creating a hack. You've simultaneously made 9 levels between 2 different computers. That was not a smart move. Alright, Tails gets to fight Peach. This makes more sense. In some way. Oh, Mario. Oh, Tails, you arrived. How could you have traded me? What did we trade her for? I loved you so much. Now you will feel my wrath. There is more dialogue. This is a lesson, not only for you, but he, or rather she, will now feel the same I always felt when I was kidnapped. Just use get merge. No. Princess, you had it all wrong. Don't worry, I will save you. It will be sad to fight you, but... Well, we already saw Bowsette. This is the end, Tails. I'm sorry. It's me or her. I won't let you win. Oh, hey, it's an auto-scroller. Boink, boink. Football. Probably should have done something smarter in either of those spots, and I need to burn this immediately, otherwise I won't be able to do anything with it. If there's something I'm supposed to be doing, I've yet to figure out what it is. So Tails will simply kind of... Maybe I guess I can use a shell? Maybe I can hurt her with that? Dang it. Okay. Maybe this is just an auto-scroller and I should just go along for the ride. Until further proven that I can do something meaningful with my abilities here. I'm certain this has to be a Toho song. I don't know what it is, but it definitely feels like it has to be. Oh, it told me what to do not to die there. Oh yeah, I guess the other Bandicoot hack also had a multi-phase. Oops. That's not how you win that fight. Kirby song. Oh, I'll be. Why does Peach look like Stewie? I don't know. This is in fact a re-moderation of a hack that's already released. Bandicoot added a non-trivial amount of content because he just likes updating things. Yeah, exactly. Bandicoot really likes updating his hacks. You know, there's something to be said for that, I guess. There's also something to be said for letting them be and making another hack that has another 100, like, exits, but he'll probably do both. Kind of wish it would let me skip over the dialogue, because it's going to take forever and make my level splits annoying. It's the worst part of, like, cleaning up the YouTube stuff. And yeah, I do kind of see it now. It's got kind of a football nature to her head. I don't think I like it. Thank you, was it thanks I hate it? I think that's the line. Here we go on the auto-scroller, auto-scroller, auto-scroller. Here we go on the auto-scroller. It's gonna take a while. Okay, there we go. Bonk. This reminds me of the second K. Rool fight. Just because you end up with these sort of pyramids of attacks. Alright, let's go, you. By you, I mean me. Only you can stop forest fires. You have selected you, indicating me. That is incorrect. The correct answer is you. I thought about flying, I just decided not to. Alright, well that's a standable platform, that's good to know. Also, Peach got some cool powers while none of us were looking. Look at that. She can drop giant fireballs on Tails. Like, yeah, she's really got the full gamut now. Did I hit her? Well, it made the noise. A little bit late on that one. Port the levels to both of the computers. It's like the fourth version. That would not surprise me. I mean, you could just save the MWLs to another, like a floppy disk or some other sort of medium and then import them into the game. Like, Lunar Magic supports this, I just want to point that out. Like, there is a solution here. It doesn't have to be bad. Yeah, good luck, Mac, or good luck, Desert. Why a floppy disk? I've been on a retro kick recently. That's really the only reason. Oh, the base ROMs are different? Oh, well, that would be a problem. Well, even if the base ROMs are different, yeah, that's not gonna work. This is why my general preferred workflow is to build the ROM last, at least for the things I've done. Add all of the like GPS and Uber ASM at the last minute, but I think I do this differently than most people for what little ROM hacking I've done. Whereas most people seem to want to build base ROMs and then build off of them, which makes a lot of sense if you want to like be able to see what you're doing. I can't blame anybody for that specific thing, but it is not the way I would do it as a software engineer. Just because, you know, reproducibility of builds is a thing that matters, as it turns out. Right, gotta wait for the U-jump. No flying, just gotta wait for the U-jump. This mechanic was not used very much in this game. We have to use it at least once or twice for great justice. Alright, I failed it. And I failed to get the extra cape. Dang it. It does sound like I can hurt her with the shells as well, and that might be a better plan if I don't do stupid things like that. Maybe. It sounds like it hurts her. I'm gonna say it hurts her. Did not want a U-jump! Also, I'd like to point out this song is way too intense for Kirby games. I don't even know what the hell's going on with Kirby these days, or in the past. He sometimes gets, like, the bosses of songs, despite the fact that he's a little, pink puffball, and you don't really expect much of him, but damn, does he get all the good shit. Sakurai loves that little ball. Well, it seems to be progressing, so the shell definitely does damage. There are more and other random attacks going on. How many dang hits is she gonna take? And look, the multiplication is actually working. It does appear to be aiming at, well, something. Maybe not me. Maybe it's not aiming at me. You might have a point here. None of that was good. Double bad. It's been like 9 hits. Ugh, I panicked. Gonna die, save the levels as punch cards. Just map 16, you can replace the tiles. LM has a command to mass remap direct map 16 objects in the level. Oh, that's nifty. Sup, Space Clam, how you doing? Kirby has some wild music. Intense final boss is intense, indeed. Over 900 hits. It does feel like it's going to be over 9,000 for some reason. Oh, I can jump right over that. Huh. Yeah, it's just one of these hacks. We'll give credit. At least the custom boss is kind of cool. Like, it's unique. I do wish I didn't have to sit through a gigantic dialogue every time I failed it, and then an auto-scroller. But you know, still a unique boss. I'm actually enjoying it. And here we go. As Tails slowly walks to the right. Oh crap, I thought I killed that. Yeah, that's what I get for kind of like going onto autopilot. Not the best way to beat a level. There we go. Alright, that also was kind of bad. Just gotta wait for the U-turn jump. In fact, wait for the U-turn jump and just run through it, I think is actually the right call. Because I want to be very close to the right side of the screen. Yep, don't even care. Freebie. Nuts. Okay, it's 2 hits, I think. That's gonna miss her entirely. You know, maybe I shouldn't throw those high. Okay, 3 hits. 4 hits. 5 hits. 6. 7 or 6. Crap, I might have lost count. That's probably 6. That would be 7 or 8 if I did not fuck up my counting. I think I might have fucked up my counting because I got distracted just by getting the thing. That's probably 8 or 9. Probably. 10. Bitch, why won't you die? Oh, there we go. Actually 10. This pain. My head hurts. Help me, Mario. Princess, are you okay? Oh, Mario, you finally saved me. Forget about her. Come here, my hero. I will give you a kiss. I'm done with this, Bowser. Give me that crown or I will smash your face. Tails is a violent loud at times. No need for that, sweetie. Now that we are here, I will defeat you and take over the Mushroom Kingdom too. Oh boy, another long auto-scroller. And then, I, the great Bowsette, will be known as the princess, the goddess, the waifu of the entire world. Now, Tails, to our own final showdown. I won't let you take away my beauty from me. Wait, what? It actually jumps immediately into a fight. Okay, thanks. Oh, God. Wait, now we're doing this? It was instant a few seconds ago. Crap. Alright. Yeah, this is a hack. I cannot rely on her as a platform to jump on. And she keeps shooting fucking fire out of her ass. Oh, please don't tell me I have to do the whole thing again if I die. Please don't tell me I have to do the whole thing again if I die. Mario at time, that would have been awesome. Bowser, that would be a better princess, let's be real. Can't believe Mario wants to become Peach with a crown. Control W for waifu. Oh, indeed. Wait, there was a moon in this level? Did you miss the reason why Bowsette has to be fought again? She wants to fight Mario. You just walked in, said hi, and they're like, over now. Oh good, I don't have to do this all again. So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, she didn't have a really good reason for fighting us again, it just kinda happened. Okay, I think every time I hurt her, she shoots out a fire out of her butt. I think that's how this works, and so I need to always be trying to move away from her while she does this. But at least if I'm in cape form, she doesn't seem to hurt me as much, so... Yeah, maybe just being in cape is the way to beat this fight without having too much problems. Oh, thanks for the host, Mixter. Hope I didn't break the fight. Donk. Dang it. Butt fire, it's gonna get me every time. Oh, hey, a cape. Yes, please? No! No, please not. Can we move on to a different phase? I hate this phase. Oh god, I hate this phase. Can we not do the hammer thing? Like, could we just not? God, I hate hammers so much. Okay. My head! What's happening? The crown! She's a fiery girl, clearly. You think BK had the same fear? Oh, and I wouldn't doubt it. You plumber! I'm the ancient spirit of the crown. With the new power poured into the crown, I will take over the world. Okay. I mean, he can't be a worse monarch, I guess. Soon I'll be able to go to take over Bowser's body. And with the power I gathered, I can sink this world into darkness. So now it's the final step to my plan. Stop you. I guess I read that correctly. The one that stand on my way. Say goodbye to your world. So I would like to point out that while I am reading this ad verbatim, Bandicoot does not speak English as his first language. He speaks Portuguese. This probably makes more sense in Portuguese. But the gist of it seems to be reasonable. So you're the mastermind. So you're the real mastermind behind all this mess. Well, time to end with you. I'm tired of this. A third boss. I did not see this coming. I guess we could call this a crowning achievement, if we felt the need to do that. There are an awful lot of strange things that are in this level. I'm keeping that mushroom alive until I need it. Like, that's the challenge here. This can't be! I'm not losing to a simpleton plumber like you! It's time to unleash all my fury! I probably should die here to see if there's a midway or something. I don't know if I want to, though. Oh, I guess I should. Because even my final form crowned. Small Tails saves the world. Indeed. Let's see if I actually get a checkpoint, because I feel like there probably should have been one, but I don't know, we'll find out. Maybe I'll have to beat up Bowsette again. Yeah, okay, there was no checkpoint. Good job, Pat. Once again, I still remain slightly afraid someone is going to reset my console. Because that is the thing to do when we're playing Final Fantasy V and this music comes on. Though maybe it's just crap. Faro, who really loves doing that, and Squiggles. And Squiggles is definitely already asleep. Man wakes up at like 6 a.m. every day. I don't understand how he does it. The Ass Fire. It is the most dangerous move. I didn't even see that Ass Fire coming. So note to self, do not fight, or do not care. I am just gonna stay like really close. There we go. Alright, we did it. Mario and Fall Guys crossover. There was a Mario and Fall Guys crossover. That would seem like a cool hack. I just didn't get to moderate it. Maybe it's just crap, you say? Sup, Kappa? Game save when you go back to the overworld? I believe it does. I think it auto-saves every time I'm on the overworld, and I can also force it to save. But I don't know for sure. Like, so far, the crown's, I screwed up. I double screwed up. He doesn't seem to have much in the way of attacks, this crown. Simply is kind of annoying with these two things that are going to keep going on a reflecting path. Can't be. Simpleton Plumber, unleash all his fury. Yeah, you said that. I guess the fury is tracking my movement? A very powerful move. Crap. Alright, well I guess I was one hit away from beating him anyway. No! This can't be! I don't want to return! No! Oh. What? Where am I? What am I doing at Peach's castle? Someone explain! It's over, Bowser. And your weird and ridiculous plan ends here. No more dressing us the princess to take her place. I was what? I don't have time for this. I'm going home. So long, you simpletons. We will meet again. He needs a thesaurus. Simpletons just kind of doesn't have much of a bite after the first, 4 times he's used it. Mario, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all I did to you. I didn't wanted... I don't know what gave into me. Okay. Don't be sad, Princess. You are under the power of the crown. I will make sure the crown is safe from now on. This is Realm's theme from Final Fantasy VI. It was a mistake to bring the crown here. From now on, it will be forever sealed. This way, no one will abuse its power. It was a rough message box indeed. Let's celebrate, Princess. Will you go on a vacation with me? I'm going to have a nice, relaxing day at a tropical island. That has never gone wrong for Mario before. I think it'll be perfectly fine. Hopefully he doesn't get arrested or anything. Oh, Mario, you are so sweet. Let's go. We all deserve a nice and happy vacation. Let's party. This would be the point where if you had a sprite version of Rodney Dangerfield to put him in the game. With Bowsette defeated and the crown sealed, Mario and his friends went out for a nice vacation. The end. Or is it? Thanks for playing. If you collected the dragon coins on at least 30 levels, return to Yoshi's village for more. Oh, I guess we definitely did that. Didn't find the moon, though. A day at vacation. Birdbrain, Claude, Imbecile, Numbskull, Blockhead, Clown, Dunderhead, Jerk, Oaf, Bonehead, Dimwit, Fathead, Lunkhead, Stooge, Boob, Dolt, Idiot, Moron, Buffoon, Dope, Ignoramus, Nitwit. Yeah, that's a pretty good list. Why, you boneheads? Something you could say to a pterodactyl. Alright, so we gotta find the moon in this level. Because there's a moon in this level. Because there has to be a moon in this level, of course. Found the moon in this level. Cool, we out. And because the bad ending is dependent upon collecting things and going to a place, we can go and get the other stuff now. Yoshi! Alright. With the power of flight. And being Yoshi. In retrospect, I probably should have done this differently. That's how that sentence ends. Whatever. Thanks for the GG. We're not quite done. There's still more to this story. Though I'm not entirely certain where it's going to go from here now that Bowser has become his bad old self. But we're going to find out. Because I make dubious decisions. Screw it. I'm just not dealing with that today. Nothing up here, right? Yeah, there's nothing up there. Time for hit and run tactics. Yoshi, come back! Well, that was like what I wanted to do, I guess. Solve the problem. Sometimes Yoshi's just very chill about getting hurt like that. No. Ten more levels / exits, assuming Yoshi's Village is a simple exit warp. Yep. Post-game Bowser fight runs through Bowser's Inside Story with Bowser X. I never played any of the like Mario and Luigi games for more than a few minutes. See if I can get the blocky. No. I still don't know what causes that. But I do appreciate a good post-game boss, as a general rule. Culex. This actually, I didn't do the post-game stuff when I played Final Fantasy VII like a million years ago. I'm gonna feel pretty dumb if I let him get out. I'm still not sure what... Oh, that's what you're supposed to do. Galaxy Brain right here. But I need the blue shell for this. I need the Yoshi for this. Dang it, he ate it. Safe? Yes. I mean, except for the Pokey, I guess. Oh, and there was a blue shell for free, so I didn't even need to worry. Can I get up here? Yeah, I can, but it's not very interesting. This is the kind of soft luck where I just say it's your own damn fault if you get in here. The block eating might be because of the patch that makes the block spawn power-ups draw a used block sprite instead of altering the... Oh! That actually would make a lot of sense. Because it seems to have something to do with alignment. Like, if Tails... Crap. If Mario is aligned in just the right way, it seems to happen. If the alignment is not quite correct, then it does not appear to happen. But if it's very aligned, it works really well. Yeah, I'm supposed to need a Yoshi here, but you know. The things you can do without Yoshis are myriad. And in fact, this is a lot easier without a Yoshi. Getting down, maybe not so much. Oh, never mind, there's a Yoshi. This it just assumes you will not retain said Yoshi. There we go. Least I can do is feed him before I send him off to his death. Sorry, Yoshi. Completely free. Hell, we'll just beat the level again anyway. It's not the same area because it doesn't teleport me to the boss, to the castle. We'll pick up that orb for free. Give me a little bit of relaxation. Alright, let's see what we've missed here. Yoshi's Village, obviously. Did not find the moon in that level. Since we have a convenient back path. Didn't find the moon in this level. It might be less than I thought. Might just be all at the beginning of the game. That's 3 moons I'm missing. I think that might be it. I don't think I'm missing any more moons. Oh, this one I'm missing a moon. Frozen Grove. So 4 moons. More Final Fantasy V music. Missing the moon in this one. And that actually might be it. So 5 moons that I'm missing total. 4 though, indeed. Because it's a pipe maze, I need to follow both paths. Missing the one in that one, wow. Muncher run, that's 6, I guess. More than I thought. I thought I only was missing like 3. Oh, Final Fantasy IV, you're right. I got that one wrong. Nothing in here that I missed. And then we just checked these a second ago, so I know I didn't miss anything in here. So I have all the Yoshi coins, don't have all the moons. I'm missing about 6 moons. That's not that bad. Yoshi! Let's hop on the Yoshi. Hint, this hack introduces some... Oh, right, this was like the... Oh, this was forever ago. I'll press start repeatedly if you want to quickly skip dialogues. I forgot about that one. Beat the main game. Oh yeah, there's like some blocks here that won't let you proceed until you get enough Yoshi coins. I have been sitting for 2 hours. I am going to get up and have a short stretch break. I will be right back. Alright, onward to Star Road. It's definitely where I needed to go. Toad's bonus house. I suspect this is exactly the same as every other Toad's bonus house. Yep. We'll get some capes. Never hurts to have a cape or two. And check really quick that we can go back. Okay, cool. Now Pokemon music. Aqua Panic Forest. I already kind of hate this. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Got them all. It's one of these levels. Very happy I picked up something that will let me kill things from my reasonable distance. Alright, we have a shell. Thanks. Nothing. I really thought there'd be something in that pipe. Somewhat disappointing. You didn't look, are there still Yoshi coins and moons? Yes. This level has Yoshi coins and a moon. It appears to be a continuing theme. I don't think the moons actually are necessary to unlock anything. They're just there as a bonus cool thing to find, and I will eventually find all the moons. Just maybe not this evening. There might be like a quick cleanup stream afterwards, or depending on how long this takes, it might be a later stream thing. Given it's already 2:30, yeah. Oh wait, there's a moon. Come on. Come on, fish. Yeah, fish. Perfect. It's gonna be hard to get used to pits that just outright kill you after this hack. Gotten rather used to their kinder nature. Keep thinking the intro was part of the hell is that thing? Oh, it's weirdly splashing, so I couldn't quite tell what it was. Just the chomper. Puncher, whatever. Well, at least I collected coins on the way down. Alright, there we go. Nipper, thank you. No, nothing up there. I briefly thought there might be, but it wouldn't have needed to be a narrower canyon for that to work. And it's one of the fancier nippers. Or I'm not sticking around when they're doing their thing. Kind of hoping. Okay, I see it. Need to be careful. I'm not sure what my plan was. Didn't the tutorial room say something about fancy bonus for stockpiling enough lives? That was a different hack. I believe that was a plumber for all seasons. If you get 99 lives, something cool happens. I will not actually spoil what happens, because it is actually kind of cool. But it only works while you have 99 lives, which if you do it in a very dark level, you might not notice it. So, which was my problem. Because I did it in a very dark level and did not notice the cool thing that happened. So. Cool hack, would recommend, definitely play it if you are into playing hacks. Oh, Christ on a cracker. Yes, if you have 99 lives, Mario loses his hat. It's like Mario Sunshine, where if you get all the shines, Mario gets sunglasses. There we go. Which reminds me, I should get the Vacation Mario. Faro sent me a link to that forever ago, and I haven't actually finished adding that sprite to the available sprites, and it is a cool sprite, therefore I probably should. Oh boy, a Mad Sun level. Probably comes with a whole bunch of Mario Land sprites, because everybody loves Mario Land, as we all know. I do love this remix, though. After all that juking, that's what I end up with. Apparently, the sunglasses only need like 60 or 80. There's a new shirt for getting all the shines. Oh, is that how that works? It still feels kind of insulting given how difficult that game is. Like, getting all the blue coin stars is an achievement. And then you got a modern achievement where you get like a cool little ding, and it lets you go into the overlay and see the thing you did, but like, it's a very difficult thing to do. And your reward is clothes. For 120 shines, you get a postcard. That feels even more disappointing. Sunshine is just kind of an evil game meant to disparage people. It looks like a Mario game, but really it's just evil. I just want to hit the box before I die. I don't really care about that. Okay. No. You know, that's annoying enough I don't actually want to do it more than once. Red piranha plant, right. I'm very happy I didn't decide to try to play Sunshine on stream, because that's the closest I've ever gotten to throwing a controller across the room. Only the knowledge that it wasn't in fact my controller prevented me from doing that, because I'd borrowed the controller from Squiggles. It's one thing to destroy your own property, it's quite a different thing to destroy someone else's. Either way, don't play Mario Sunshine, your life will be better for it. That's why Galaxy is better for 242 stars. You get 2 postcards sent straight to your MeWe mailbox. Fair. Don't understand the dislike of Sunshine. You always liked the game, felt like the game controlled great. I mean, my problem with Sunshine is just like, there's so many opportunities for it to do things better, and it doesn't. So like, for one, you have to beat the same set of missions every time you want to beat the game. It's what, like a mandatory 60-ish shines? And so, like, Mario 64 and Odyssey and Galaxy and everything that came after let you pick and choose, but no. Sunshine's like, nah, you gotta do all these, because we're doing a narrative thing. Which, sure, that's kind of cool, I don't know. Is it worth, like, losing the freedom of being able to choose which shines you get? I don't know. Probably not. And then there's parts that don't control so great, like the boat. Like, I don't think anyone has ever said, man, the boat controls in this game are fantastic and I love them. I'm pretty sure that's a outright lie. Of course, it's also only necessary for, like, 1 secret shine, which, again, not required to beat the game, and beating the game. So you only ever really encounter this thing twice, if at all. Oh, God. Hey, a power-up. This level... This has to be a secret. It's not a secret. This has to be a midway. It's totally a midway. I'll take it. Like certain bits like the boat, the pachinko shrine. Yeah, the pachinko one's also a complete, like, dick move. Some of the other ones that are a little flaky, it also depends upon your version. So the, like, beach cleanup shine can either be really painful or pretty easy depending upon the version of the game you're playing on. Just because I think, like, I want to say the US version and the version actually make it a lot easier. Like, you only need 97% of the beach as opposed to 99.7% of the beach. Also, like, the shotgun spray thing, which all the speedrunners use, which is insanely useful, isn't really a documented feature. Like, it's so good, it actually would make the game a lot better if it was documented and said, oh yeah, this is how you do that. Like, they taught you that as part of one of the tutorials. 'Cause I think it's a bug, but honestly, it seems to make the game a lot better. So... well, I'm getting all the coins. Spray water off the left side of the boat. Does it turn to the left or the right? Well, that depends. Are you near to the front or the back? Exactly. And then the final, like, showdown. Like, Mario bosses are a little anticlimactic, I will completely admit that. But defeating Bowser in the tub is really anticlimactic. Like, really fucking anticlimactic. It makes sense in terms of plot, it still doesn't make me feel any better about what I've accomplished here. There we go. More dragon coins. And something just happened. Thanks for following, Nina Jean. How you doing? If this level wasn't using a gradient, it probably would have showed up on screen. Now I'm dead. Shun's a great speed game because the movement is so crisp. It's also fun to glitch around and walk around underwater. Yeah, no, I absolutely love it watching people play Sunshine. I just don't want to play it again. In fact, I watched a chunk of a Sunshine bingo today. It became pretty obvious that it was going to be one-sided about partway through it, and I kind of checked out because someone had chosen like really good bingo squares. I don't remember exactly the format, but it was really well done. Like, if you're not following Sunshine Community on Twitch, if you love Sunshine bingos, I don't know what you're doing. Because, like, that's the thing to follow if you like watching that. And I do actually really enjoy. They've come up with some really interesting formats that showcase the game's strengths very well. May as well get that for free. This better be a power-up. It's not. Wait, why'd you go back to the... Oh, I see why you did that. Whatever. Got all the dragon coins. Haven't found the moon yet. Bad timing. Welcome, doing good. This game rocks. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. How you doing, Circle Friendo? Anyway, yeah, I think I'm done ranting about Sunshine. Like, you can kind of see how Sunshine is an interesting transitory game between the ideas of Mario 64, the early platformer collectathon ideas, and then Galaxy. But outside of that, I do not see any reason for people to want to play it. Like, you're just better off having more fun. And Flood kind of... I don't know. I said I was done ranting, but man, I'm apparently not done ranting. I don't know. I think Flood kind of ruins the movement to some extent because you always have the option to hover. Even if it's not the best option, you always still have it. But could go either way on that. But hover nozzle definitely makes the game a lot easier than it might be otherwise. It's also necessary because of how the game is set up. I'm safe. Not safe enough, though. Flood was a neat idea implemented poorly. Maybe. I really get the feeling that, like, Sunshine was based upon someone showing off a cool particle tech demo and saying, we could do something with this, and they're like, fuck it, we'll make it the next Mario game. That's really the feeling I get about Sunshine. You know what? I think we can just fly over this. Well, you know, I'll still take it. I have beaten enough of this level legitimately that I do not feel the need to go and do it again. Oh, hey, there's the moon. And the end of the level. Sweet. Good enough. Good enough. What's up, Shadow Boy? How you doing? Why did that shell act that way? Which shell? I was not paying attention to the shell. There was a shell I dropped. There was one that fell to the ground. It's suddenly an auto-scroller. A very delicious auto-scroller, but an auto-scroller nonetheless. I'm gonna put a marker down to investigate what you just said. It's the most likely way I'm ever gonna get an answer. Or get you an answer for that question. Well, got the moon at least. I don't like this. I really don't like that. Okay. Well, I also didn't check flags, so I don't know. Oh, hey. Okay, take a break there. You're good, how am I? I can't complain. Things are going okay. Trying to finish this up. We'll be doing some chat hacking in about 12 hours, 14 hours. So, it will be a busy time, but being busy is good. Really hope that thing explodes without my intervention. Alright, well that helped me. These reskinned footballs? They're reskinned footballs or something. Ah. Right, I forgot about that. Kind pits. Still not used to them. Gonna definitely mess with my head later. Does remind me I need to do a little bit of code fix up for tomorrow, and I have a couple like sprites I want to add. No! Crap. And things were going so well. Oh, those are not, in fact, reskinned footballs because they don't die when you jump on them. Or spin jump on them, which is what I was expecting. Like fancier ball or rocks, chuck rocks. What? There was only 4. Oh, that was 5. Okay, whatever. I'm out. Good, you can be okay, AFK. Take the trash out as one does. All right, see you later, Weregoose. Hope you have a good night. Alright, what we got here? Ice climb. Ooh, and this is a jam. There's something about this track reminds me of like fakey ad-lib Sound Blaster music, and I fucking love it. Muncher on the ceiling, I fucking hate it. But, you know, it is what it is. Well, that's bad. Note to self, do not duck underneath that. Nope. Get the feeling the gimmick of this level is just going to be verticality. Ooh, balloons. Balloons are fun. I mean, really what's probably happening here is we're sort of getting a reprise of the main themes, level themes and gimmicks from earlier parts of the hack, as people want to do. It's not a bad way to go. It's somewhat predictable at this point in time, but it's not a bad way to go at all. Okay, fine. Not fine. It is definitely a jam. How you doing, Bacon? Alright. What? Nope. Ah, that's where I was, getting crushed under the foot of the Koopa. The coin. Yeah, I hate green beans. You can call them wall springs all you want. They'll always be green beans to me. Apparently that was also a good way to die. And no, I can't go that way, so that is not helpful. Tails does not want to lose his balloon. Groove on down. There we go. Much better. P Bouncer. Not sure I feel about that name either. What was most important there was like, right, yellow ones have targeting. Blue ones do not have targeting. There's too many plants to keep track of. Might have been safe if I just stood there. Huh. Doing good, playing esports since it's dropped. Excellent. Pretty good so far. I still need to check that out. See the trailer. No, I'm taking the show with me. And forgetting that I have that ability. Okay, first off, get rid of this guy. That's the new plan. Jump, damn it, jump. No. Come on. Nope. Well, I guess that actually worked out. I lost a shell, but I didn't get hit by the irritating lava lotus. I don't know why I thought this, but I thought that if you grabbed a balloon... Okay, that was annoying. I don't know why I couldn't BOWSETTE'S through that one, but whatever. If you landed after getting the balloon, then it was over for the balloon. But apparently, as long as you don't jump, you retain a hold on it, which is, again, not what I was expecting. Dang. Ugh. But yeah. I still think this particular track would be completely at home on Ablib Sound Blaster sort of setup. Just give me the MIDI, I'll play it. Yeah, I know the MT32 is the way to go, but still. I got my Sound Blaster 16, it would still sound pretty okay. I mean to play around a bit more with that in the near future. Got Gabriel Knight 1 installed, which was interesting because I don't think it's one of Sierra's like later Windows games. So it has some like weird problems that you would not expect to find in a actual proper Windows game. Like the 256, the fact that it wants to be in 256 color mode is actually a pretty common complaint of earlier Windows programs because they just don't deal well with changing color resolutions. But it also, like, if you enlarge the window, it doesn't enlarge the playfield. It does a weird thing where it kind of like puts all of the game in the upper left-hand corner, which is something I haven't seen in too many actual professional released Windows programs since Windows 3.1. On the other hand, it might have been released for Windows 3.1. I'd need to go do my research. But at least it works on Windows. That's the one saving grace. It means I don't need to worry about the sound drivers messing up. Sierra's DOS sound driver kind of blows. Or more accurately, my computer is too good for the Sierra's DOS sound driver. I thought switching out sound cards would help with that, but nope, it doesn't. The problem is intrinsic. The CPU is too fast. You have to wait like 10 milliseconds to initialize the Sound Blaster 16 as part of the spec of all things. Like, I find that legitimately irritating. That in the spec itself, you actually have to wait a time as opposed to wait on an interrupt or like pull a given line. No, you actually just wait 10 seconds. It's very strange. But was the way to do things back then, I guess. There we go. Need some hydration. That friggin' bounce. Cool, I despawned the Koopa. Means I get to come up here with the cape. Haven't done that since the first try. Yeah, so I haven't decided what the second game will be. Maybe not even the first game will be for chat hacking tomorrow. Okay, cool. We actually gonna be high enough for that. That's enough projectiles. Okay. I knew it. I was so close to midway. There we go. Freebie. And now we have a weirder problem. We have to ascend. On note blocks. Oh, this is actually kind of fun. Said the man before he fell back down. Suddenly I need to get over it. This has to be the moon. I knew it. Every single level in this particular game has a hidden moon. Well, not all of them, but the vast majority of them have hidden moons. Only missing like 6 of them, which is a lot fewer than I would have expected after playing a game that has 100 some odd exits. Well, I'm not using that again. Does SGB work? I haven't actually messed with it too much. I went and checked. It does look like my mapping is correct. Even if the display is being weird. I need to fix the display, if nothing else. Did I not press up? I guess I didn't press up. But it looks like it works. I can change things. I was changing the coin totals in Super Wario World too, and it was working correctly, but changing the power-up state didn't work, and I think that's because it does store the current power-up state, but doesn't actually do the power-up state transition unless you run some code. Being that I don't have a, oh crap, Z80 assembler, probably not going to be able to do anything with that. Wall jumps, right? Yep. Oh man, it's warm in here. I was doing so well up to the point where I died. Come on, come on. Nope. Really do not like the amazing flying lava lotuses. I think as far as like custom sprites go, these are one of my least favorite ones. I don't mind the Galoombas on balloons, the Baloombas. That was not what I meant. There's a lot of things going on that did not happen last time. Like my balloon not attaching. Suddenly Kaizo. That almost worked. Saw the coin trail and thought it was a shell jump, which would have been out of place. Yeah, you don't really do too many, like, voluntary shell jumps. I know that there's a secret exit in jump half that requires a shell jump, but it, you know, it's a secret exit. It's so secret it doesn't count as a secret exit. It counts as a normal exit, a normal, boring exit. Okay, I'm getting that, and I am murdering some things. I am not successfully murdering them, but, you know, the thought was there. I don't know why people really love wall jumping so much in standard hacks. Like, it just... it gives you another option for movement stuff, I guess, but ultimately I don't feel it's necessary. There we go. What's up, Havaluta? How you doing? Suddenly, Kaizo, your favorite. Yeah. It almost worked out. Like, my panicked jumping almost got me to the end. If I'd managed to get one more platform, I could have gotten to the vine. But, you know, we all know how that ended. There we go. You know, I don't even care. Do not even care. He looks so happy when he beats a level. Alright, SNAKEBLOCK SKYWAY. Oh crap. It's DuckTales time. Oh no. You know what this means? My VOD is going to get muted. Do I care? Not in the slightest. Capcom cares so much about this song. You could, like, put Ryu in your game and they wouldn't care, but no, you put the DuckTales theme, they care. Not fast enough. This isn't space? No, it totally is space. This is the DuckTales space theme. It's a pleasant remix of it, to be fair, but it is in fact the space theme. I have played enough DuckTales to know this one. Oh, there are clouds in space. Yeah, fair. Oh, these are springy. Okay, gotta keep that in mind. That's probably gonna become important later. I mean, it could be space. It could just be a very strange place in space. It also has very fast Rexes, and apparently I can't jump on those. Don't even care. Oh god. Nope. Oh, yeah. You know, maybe I should just... Oh, I probably shouldn't have bothered. I could even see the midway right there. Got with the fadeaway shot. And not far enough. Maybe someone remixed and they'll DCMA me? Maybe. Bot is getting muted when you're done with your hack. That's probably true. I mean, ultimately it really doesn't matter. Like, I've started keeping actual copies on my own computer since like 2 years ago. So in the event that a VOD gets muted, it's like, okay, whatever. And I can and my YouTube backup system also works really well. So there's like 3 different places where the VOD is in the event that I care enough to do something with it. Only disappointing if someone wants to reference the specific Twitch VOD. Okay, you can't get very far away from those before they proc again. But even then, I don't even really save Twitch VODs with highlights anymore. It's too much work. After all, I built a whole dang YouTube uploading system to avoid that kind of work. Okay. I guess that second carrot platform would make everything make a lot more sense. Pretty sure I'm gonna die anyway, so I'm not gonna worry too much about the fact that I missed that dragon coin. Something up here. Oh. I skipped over a whole section. Probably supposed to do a whole bunch of wall jumping and just didn't feel like it. Maybe I won't die. Given the way that coins in this game are usually used as mile markers. Well, okay, that's a way to die. Bonk, bonk. Nope, nope, 2 bonks. Hug the pipe. Proc that. And wait. Perfect. Got on the carrot platform just in time to get hit. Yeah, I didn't want to wall jump. I stand by my platform there. Pretty sure it's a vanilla movement set, if I think about it. Maybe not vanilla movement. Why are these things still on my platform? No! Okay. Alright, it goes really fast there. There's only so much you can do sometimes. No. There are no Rexes in outer space. Dinosaurs not allowed in space. This does kind of make this part a little bit easier in some ways. You just wait it out. Okay. Okay. Still feel like this part is very dependent upon when I decide to let things spawn. That was not what I needed to do. At least it tells me where they're going, I guess. And then there's this one dot. Okay. Well, I got all the dragon coins. Wasn't what I expected, but it's what worked. Okay. Won't have to get dragon coins now. This does simplify things. I want to play with my SNES again, or my NES again, but I still have to get all the freaking capacitors replaced. Which, to be fair, the first thing I need to do is go get a bit that makes it so I can open up the dang thing before I can replace the capacitors, and I still haven't gotten that. Like, I've got the capacitors, I just need to, you know, get the ability to replace them. In that, I need to be able to open it up, and I need to be able to... I should save that until after this. Got one meatball. Nope. Not even worrying about it. Now is not the time. All right. I think, much as I would love to continue, I think it might be time for me to head to bedward. Because I am pretty dang tired, and I will have to be back on in like 13 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, one of those numbers. An integer number of hours, in fact. So, guess we'll have to do a 5th moderation stream for this. Plus I need to go find all those moons I missed. I think one of them might not be accessible, and that does still bug me, but I'll have to figure that out later. Anyway, let's find us a person to raid. We've seen this person playing some Kaizo games. He is conspicuously absent and has a gamer chair. That's not the best of combinations, I'll be honest. Also don't know about that. Australia starting soon? Maybe. He's just playing Super Mario World. It's like completely normal Mario World. That's weird. Who plays normal Mario World? I mean, aside from most people, I suppose. Oh crap, I was really hoping to find someone who wasn't doing anything too fancy. But looks like everyone's actually just not playing Mario World. Darn. Oh no, this guy's back. That was a gamer chair, but that, you know, no one's perfect. Alright, we're gonna raid this guy, don't know much about him. Just gonna go with it, the Reckless Gamer. He's playing some Kaizo. It is a thing. And Kaizo is fun. So, anyway, give him a high emote. Don't quite know where he is on his Kaizo journey, but he's probably starting off fairly recently. And I will see y'all in about, as I said, 14 hours. Because I've got to go to bed, do some work, and then we'll be back and do some chat hacking. Which I still need to fix a couple of bugs for. But anyway, we'll worry about that then. So, until then, have a good sleep, good rest of your day, good whatever, and I will see you all next time. I'll push the button now.